Hi there, my name is Sara Everts, and I'll be presenting the family systems theory. I chose this graphic to start the presentation because it shows all these individual lines just moving together as a whole, constantly changing but doing it all at the same time. And you'll see that this is actually a very good representation of the family systems theory. The objectives of this presentation are to describe the theory, including key concepts about the theory, as well as defining family, health, environment, and nursing within the theory. We're going to analyze how the theory has been applied to family nursing practice. We're going to provide research that was guided by the theory as well. Here's a brief description of the family systems theory. It was derived from the general systems theory, which states that organisms are complex, organized, and interactive systems. This is considered to be a social science theory. It's actually interdisciplinary as well, including sociology, psychology, nursing, all that good stuff. Focuses on the family as a whole. Individuals of the family form an interactive and interdependent system. System features within the family, whether adaptive or maladaptive, are created to maintain stability within the family. Changes can occur from both internal and external influences on the family, and the complexity of the system increases over time while increasing the family's ability to adapt to change. The overall key concepts of the theory are that all parts of the family are interconnected. So what that means is what affects one part of the family is going to affect the family as a whole. And you can use sickness as an example. If one family member becomes sick, this tends to affect the family as a whole. The whole is more than the sum of its parts. The family is seen as a whole relationship, not just individual relationships within the family. So the relationship between the parents and the children, it's not individualized, it's just seen as the family as a whole. All families have boundaries between the family and the environment. So families can control information and people coming into the family as a form of protection for the family. These boundaries can be closed, flexible, open, or too open. Flexible meaning that certain things are allowed in while other things are not. Relationships within the family can be organized into subsystems of the family. So relationships between the husband and the wife, the mother or father to the child to child, etc. So next we're going to define some key words. Family I defined as the relationship of a group of individuals that make up a unit and function as a system as a whole. Health, I defined as the optimal functioning of the system and the individuals within it. Environment, I defined as an internal or external influence in which the family must adapt to in order to maintain stability. And nursing, I defined as an external influence, which may be considered to be within or beyond the boundaries of the family, that assists the family in maintaining or restoring stability. As far as the family systems theory, it can be applied in the nursing practice in many ways. Family nursing care uses the family systems theory to assess the family as a client in order to maintain or regain stability. It's pretty much primarily used in family therapy setting, but it can also be used in a variety of environments, including acute care, outpatient care, and mental health. And the patient includes the actual patient and the family as well. Also can be used within the workplace. If one aspect of the workplace is dysfunctional, so is the rest, just as an example. A couple of research articles that were guided by the family systems theory was this article by Skelton. Many theories, including the family systems theory, were used to test the family-based obesity treatment for pediatric patients. The idea behind using the family systems theory in this research was that engaging the family as a whole may actually prove positive results in changing behavior since the family functions as a whole unit. So the idea behind this was the more family members involved in the change, the better chances there are for change since the family is one whole interconnected unit. The family systems theory, in conjunction with the social cognitive theory, showed that results were promising as the intervention reported successful reduction in energy intake by incorporating family variables into treatment. Another research article that was done was used to predict and identify individuals that were in palliative care that may have been at risk for suffering based off of family support. In the article, it stated to improve palliative care and to help reduce patient suffering, it is important to determine which aspects are associated with the patient's sense of support within the family. The study found that patients that felt less supported by family were more anxious, more nervous, stressed, and having a less sense of security within the palliative treatment. So therefore, the family systems theory was used to try to identify patients that were either at risk of that or that were actually shown to have better family support that ended up being less anxious, less nervous, less stressed overall. So in conclusion, just to summarize, the primary idea behind the family systems theory is that the family is assessed as a whole instead of just the individuals. It's used in many areas of nursing, which include both acute care and outpatient care. And it has also been used in various research settings as well. This theory was chosen because it is broad and can be applied to families in many different ways, including the use during stressful events, as well as the family's ability to adapt to the stress. So, in other words, the theory can be applied in many different ways. Therefore, it's easy to use it for many different families, and it's very highly applicable in many ways. And these are references. Thank you so much for listening to my recording.